If I asked you one question right now, in fact, let me ask you that question, that if your business is struggling, or you may be struggling to make ends meet and market's tough, times are tough, but do you know, or would you know, the one thing that you need to do right now to make that better? The one thing that's going to make all the difference. Now, I'm sure if I asked you again, give me a list of all the things that aren't working so well, I'm sure you can make a long, long list of all the problems that you're facing, all the issues that you're struggling with. But oftentimes it's hard to come up with that one thing that you need to do right now, because we get so tied up and, stressed out about all the things that are going wrong. It makes it hard to see clearly what we need to do next, or what is that one step that can make the difference. And that's why you see so often on, the marketing is all based around, wow, let me generate some more leads for you. Because I guess we fall into that simple habit of, or the simple trap of, well, if I just had more leads, I could make more money and then my problems would be solved. But the problem I find with that as a business mechanic, which is what I call myself, is that that problem may not be the only thing or the real thing that's causing it. Because a lot of times, your car's running a little bit rough. You go to the mechanic says, well, let me have a look at it. He can't just tell you what's wrong. Now, he'll go through a set of steps. He'll go through a set of all the things that have happened, all the things you've done, previous services, all that type of thing. Then he'll get to the one thing, and it might be the fuel. It might be something in the transmission. It might be something in the motor, or in the, so whatever it happens to be, any one of a number of things. But you need to go through a simple set of steps, ask some questions to get to the bottom of the problem. And that's how I work at Nimble Coaching. Because I won't just tell you off the cuff that, wow, I can generate more leads for you. Now, I probably could. But until we have a look at, what you're doing with those leads, what you're doing with your existing customers, what's happening with your finances and your expenses, how do I save you some time? Because a lot of times the practitioners that I work with are already working 70 or 80 or sometimes more hours per week. And they're spending their weekends trying to do things in the books, or they're trying to, do their education and learning and all those sort of things. And, that all starts to mount up. And we get tired, we get burnt out, we get overwhelmed. And of course, stress. So we don't sleep, struggles with the relationship, struggles with the family, all those types of things start to come into play. And then it gets harder and harder to get out of that, because then that becomes a rut. And those ruts are hard, the deeper they go, to get out of. So that's why I don't have one answer for you right now. I wish I did. But what I will ask, and what I will offer to you, is that we start every relationship and every client always starts with a discovery call. Now, you can call it a strategy session, whatever you like, doesn't matter. But it's really just about me understanding a little bit about your business, a little bit about what's happening with your customers and your team and your expenses and all that type of thing. And then from there, we can set a path, or we can set a couple of actions that will well and truly get you on the path to improvement and solving some of those problems, because I try and focus on the simplest, the easiest, the fastest steps that you can take to get you out of that problem. And it might be time. So it might be, how do we save that? It might be cutting some expenses for now. It might be growing your revenue, or it might be creating a better customer experience journey. See, there's lots of things that we can do. But until we sit down and just have a quick chat through them, then we'll never know. And you'll never know probably, because you'll keep trying to do the same things you've been doing and getting the same sort of results. It only takes about half an hour, and then we can talk through. And then from there, we can decide, look, here's one or two things, you can go and do them on your own. Here's one or two things maybe you'd like me to have some help with. Don't really do a lot of done for you, because I can't exactly extract everything out of your head without doing it with you. So that's sort of the way we look at things. So jump on nimblecoaching.com.au/call, and we'll have a chat and see how we can go from there.